Hello and welcome back to the Sergio Perez career. Today we are at Sakir for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And we cut to the end of our first flying lap, which puts us into P2 as we go on to another lap as we get a bit of slipstream from Magnussen, who goes into the pits, and we go across the line to go into provisional P3.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position with Nico Rosberg alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen and Vettel, Raikkonen, Bottas, Hülkenberg and Felipe Massa, Alonso, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz and Fiat, Verlaine, Magnussen, Marcus Ericsson and Jolyon Park, Gutierrez and Harry Anto, Felipe Nasser and Jenson Button reach the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
And it is 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and away we go. Looks like we've got a wee bit of a wheel spinny start, and we might come under pressure from the Red Bulls. Yes, we do, as Ricciardo goes into P3, and we're going to try and hold around the outside as Verstappen tries to look and hold around the outside of turn 2. That's going to turn to the inside for him for the third turn, and Verstappen goes into P4. But are we going to try and hold it around the outside of turn 4? Yes, we are, and we go side by side into this next corner, and we have to yield to the Red Bull driver, otherwise that was going to be a collision, as you can't go side by side into those two corners. But we cut on to the start of the second lap, and we get good slipstream off Verstappen, and we're going to go into turn 1, and we have overtaken the Dutchman, but we go a wee bit wide and a bit of a lock up there, but we hold P4 for the moment. But meanwhile, further back in the field, it looks like Sebastian Vettel is going to try and overtake Nico Hülkenberg going into the last corner. It's side by side, and Vettel comes out on top going into the pit straight. But is Nico Hülkenberg going to get slipstream, and is Felipe Massa going to get a double toe on them both? And he goes to the left. It is 3 wide going into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? It's going to be Felipe Massa, but Hülkenberg and Vettel are still side by side going into turn 2, and who's going to come out on top? I don't know yet. And going down into turn 4, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Vettel on the outside? Yes, it is, it looks like, and that is Vettel secured his position. But we're going to cut on to the start of lap 5, and it looks like Raikkonen is going to go up the inside. He touches our wheel a wee bit there, and we're going to try and hold it around the outside of turn 1. And that's going to turn into the inside for turn 2, and we hold P4 for the moment. But we're going to cut on to lap 6 as we come into the pits for a set of soft tyres, and that is us going into lap 7 now, as we're going to overtake Jolyon Palmer in the Renault going down the back straight and into the last corner. We make the move stick as we catch on to the back of a big train containing about 5 drivers, and we're going to get the DRS in the main straight. Will we get enough to make an overtake? We shall find out very soon as we go into turn 1, and we go very late on the brakes. I'm now trying to overtake the Haas driver of Esteban Gutierrez. We're on the outside of turn 2. We make a wee bit of contact, but no damage is done as Gutierrez stays to our left, and he's going to hold it into turn 4, but we're going to hold P9. And now we're going to cut later on into the lap as we go up the inside of Kevin Magnussen going into the right hander, and we are now up into P8. And now we're going to cut to lap 11, and we're under pressure from Kimi Raikkonen once again. He goes up the inside into turn 1, and we're going to try the switchback move And we're going to try and hold it round the outside into turn 2, but he doesn't give us enough space and he forces us off the track, and we have spun round. We have made contact with Max Verstappen and we have a rear left puncture. We're going to have to go round the entire lap with a puncture as the safety car is deployed, and that will be for our instant. And we're going to take a look at a replay of what happened. It is so disappointing for our race to turn out like this, but we just go off track and we just didn't spot the Red Bull, and the inevitable contact was made as we change onto a set of super soft tyres, and we are in 21st place. As now there's a yellow flag somewhere and Felipe Nasr is out the race. Let's see what happened, and it's another engine blowout in this series. So very disappointing stuff for the Sauber driver. And now we're going to cut on to the checkered flag, and it's P20 for us in this race. But if you did enjoy this episode of the Sergio Perez career, do leave a like, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel for more F1 videos, including this series and the Cranewood series. So see you next time for that, and goodbye.